on, everybody? This is John Hester here. I'm at Hester's Motorsports in Raton, New Mexico. This is a Hester edition that we were building and just setting up right now. We just, got it all set up and, finally have some decent weather. The roads are dry. I didn't want to drive it or anything in the snow or water and everything because it's going to be for sale. I know people are going to say, what does it cost? Granted, I can't duplicate because of what we're doing to this and what we did. I couldn't duplicate this for the price that we're selling it. So, I mean, as it is, if I was to put retail on the shocks, the wheels, the tires, the adapters, the doors, everything, if I was to put retail, this is going to be close to about $24,000, $25,000, because I mean, we do have, $3,400 shocks on it. So it's a high-end stage 4 Hester edition Elka. These are prototypes. That's why it's unduplicatable, because of what I'm selling them for and everything. So I still got to do testing on the suspension, but today what we're doing is I just pulled this out and all I'm doing is just warming it up. This is the first impression of the RNG Performance clutch kit. So we did the whole shebang. I told them I'm running 31s on this, 15-inch rims, 31-inch Maxxis Carnivores. Yeah, buddy, setting it up, and I'm gonna give you guys my first impression. So I just had them pull it out for me here. I haven't driven it, haven't done nothing. I'm not gonna worry about going over the machine. That's gonna be for another video. This video right now is the first impression, because I've driven a Z-950 HO EX in another video. See, getting everything all set up here. You can see my gloves. It's about, I don't know, 38, 40 degrees at most. So what I'm going to do, try normal mode, which is supposed to smooth the throttle delivery out. Okay, I'm gonna put it in low range, so it's like I'm on a trail. Now I want to see how smooth the delivery is. So we're gonna just breathe on the throttle. Oh, look at that. Zero jerk. I'm literally breathing on the throttle. Look, the speedometer is not even reading 1 mile an hour. And listen to the CVT. None of that stuff going on. I'm just looking to make sure no cars coming behind me. Smooth power delivery, smooth takeoff. So like if I'm trail riding or rock crawling, smooth delivery. Remember, power is nothing without control. That's my catchphrase. That's what I talk about on suspension. You can have all the horsepower in the world, if you can't put it to the ground with good suspension, what's the point? If your machine does 80 miles an hour but your back is braking at 40, what's the point? Sport mode, high range. Right? You see right there, high range. Let me straighten the wheel. So, high range, and I'm in sport mode. Now, once again, you want to be in low range on trails, slow speeds, low speed, low range, high speed, high range. There you go. That's the terminology. If you're going slow, you're going to be in low. Look at that, no jerk, no nothing. Very smooth power delivery, smooth takeoff. I'm driving off a curb. Okay. Alright, Redneck's got the smoothness down. Smooth power delivery. That is key. Now, this is all stock, no ECU flash, no nothing, just the clutch. We have the helix, the secondary spring, and the primary kit from Redneck. We told him what we wanted, and let's see if he gave it. Holy shit! Dude, you see that snap? Let's go, buddy! Woo! All right. Yeah! Let's go! They're all looking at me like I'm crazy. Like, what the hell's that guy doing? Okay, now, if you watch the other video, I stop right here, okay? Now keep in mind, I am at 7,000 foot altitude. I have a windshield on this time. Remember the video, the side-by-side comparison, the Sport, HO Sport versus the HOEX? I have it on my YouTube channel. Check that out so you can see the difference. This is the HOEX with 31s. I have a windshield, clutch kit, stage 4 Hester edition Elkas, all that good stuff. So I know, I'd have to double check to be sure. I might be off a mile an hour. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. Go right ahead, chew me out, I don't care. I can take it. But I believe from right here to the next intersection in a HOEX, bone stock wheels, stock tires, stock everything, no windshield, I believe I did 57 miles an hour, 57. We're gonna see today with 31s, bigger, heavier tire, 15-inch rim, heavier wheel, just the RNG performance clutch kit, if it can overcome the 31s. I mean, I can already tell you this thing hits way better. This thing, I'm gonna have to do a video. I don't have time right now, but I'm gonna have to do a video, and I'm gonna pull out a Sport with 27s on it, and I guarantee you this sucker's gonna eat that Sport's lunch with 27s. Okay? Because this sucker, I mean, you saw that snap, man. I mean, it put me back in the seat. I felt the front end loft and everything. I mean, it didn't pop a wheelie. I'm just saying the suspension unloaded. All right, here we go. We got to beat 57 miles an hour. Ready? Doing 60 actually, maybe more. Keep in mind, with a taller tire, your speedometer is slower than your ground speed. I don't have a GPS, I'm sorry, I don't have anything like that set up. I'm holding my phone, so I can't show it on my phone. But just cruising along, kind of riding here. This is what I like. I told them I wanted to snap. Now I didn't set this up for drag racing. I set this up for rock crawling and performance trail riding, because this is a performance setup. Yeah! I gotta burn these brakes in. It doesn't want to slow down very good. Trying to drag the brakes a bit. It's nice to have some good neighbors, you know, that kind of let me get away with this stuff. If you're watching, I appreciate it. If you live up and down Colfax Avenue here, I appreciate it. We got to do testing somehow. Whew, I can smell the new burning. Oh yeah, look at that. Got the new going on. But yeah, it's just, you know, when I first drove an EX, the HOEX, I didn't think it was any faster than a regular non-HO, honestly. I think they didn't clutch it properly for 29s. This is clutched properly. Holy crap, dude. I'm not exaggerating. Watch my shadow. Watch the shadow. You can see the shadow lifting. First impressions on a full bore RNG performance kit. 1,000,000% you better get it, and you get it from only one place, rngperformance.com. Now of course, you know, we can sell them here, but it's pretty much, you know what, for our builds. You want the best price, buy direct from RNG, Redneck Garage. I gotta do some spring changes here, get this set up. Got too stiff for the spring, so I'm talking the shocks, not the clutch. So park this real quick here, a little parking area. And it's real easy to get in here on these Z-950s. I mean, your clutch is right in right there. Super easy to get in there. Smell that new burning. You can hear the cooling fan operating, all that stuff. Once again, RNG Performance Clutch Kit. Man, I gotta tell you, Steve knows his shit. And he is, when it comes to clutching on CF-moto, that's all he does. He doesn't do razors, he doesn't do Can-Ams, he doesn't do anything like that. When you have somebody specialize in one thing, they become damn good at it. Oops, parking brake, dumbass. So, rngperformance.com, and he's got clutch kits for pretty much everything CF-moto, U-Forces, C-Force ATVs, Z-Force line of sport side-by-sides in every size, 500s, 800s, 950s, all the above. I love these Z-950s, man. I love them. These are awesome machines, man. I mean, seats are comfortable. I like, you know, the seating position is good. Although I've got long legs, and I mean, I would like a little bit more length in the leg room, but it's not uncomfortable at all. It's not uncomfortable. But man, holy shit. I'm going to be talking with Steve as soon as I'm done with this video here, and I'm going to let him know. Dude, what the hell? Like, love it. I've been doing clutching for a long time, and granted, I mean, I could work out and I could tune a clutch, but it's so nice to deal with a supplier that I don't have to tell them I want this weight, this spring, this and that in order to get the setup the way I want it. I just tell them, I said, Steve, I have a 950 HOEX. We're putting 31-inch carnivores, 15-inch wheels on it. I want it for rock crawling, trail riding, performance setup. I don't care if it does 70 miles an hour. I don't care about the ultimate top speed. These machines aren't about top speed. These are trail machines, you know. It's not made for drag racing, although I will tell you right now, I will put that up against a Razor 1000 XP any day. It'll beat me on top speed, but I guarantee you from 0 to 40, 0 to 50, I bet you that thing will take, the way it is with 31s, I'll take a, you know, stock, you know, Razor 1000 XP, naturally aspirated, of course, non-turbo, because this thing, it snaps That's the beautiful thing with the V-twins. The power out of the hole is instant, and it doesn't have to wait to build power. So this will launch out, it will lunge out there and have a hell of a deal on pull. And it really impressed, really impressed. I really like the setup. That clutching is spot on. Usually to get a clutch to snap like that, you have to increase the lag of the clutch. You have to get the RPMs built up, and then the clutch snaps in, and then it yanks you and snaps your neck. This, high range, low range, buttery smooth, super smooth. My cruising speed, like, you know, when I was just kind of cruising along, you could hear that the engine wasn't screaming. It was just cruising. So I think it's going to be very efficient, increase fuel efficiency, lower the RPMs, which lower RPMs is going to increase the engine life, your valve train life, and everything like that at cruising speeds. But whenever you put your foot into it, you saw there was zero hesitation, zero. It just snapped, and you could see the, you know, I hope you could see it in the camera, but the shadow, you could see the shadow, the front end, you could see the front end loft with the torque. You know, it just put the torque down, and that's what I care about more than anything, is torque. And I like response. I don't want to put my foot into it and kind of bam, wah, and then it take off. You know, this sucker just flat snapped. It was smooth off bottom. Whenever I was at the other end, like I said, I put my foot into it. I think I felt a little bit of wheel spin, so I do think it spun a little bit. I'm just looking at the tires here to see if I could see any edging on it. Oh, look at that. That new smell. In the video, you saw that I hit 58 miles an hour. So I achieved a faster speed than a stock one in the same distance. And you're like, well, in one block, you only gained 1 mile an hour. Keep in mind, two factors. These are 31s versus 29s. And that changes your speedometer. Now, like I said, if I was to GPS it, I would probably say I was at least 60, maybe 61 with the difference in gearing. But I digress at that. The fact of it is, smoother takeoff, smoother delivery, better cruising RPMs, and holy shit, snap. Yeah, that's the clutch you want. Honestly, if you got a Z-950 HOEX and you use it for rock crawling and trail riding and stuff like that, you need to just call RNG. Call Steve at rngperformance.com. You know, go on his site there, and I think he's got his phone number on there. Sorry, I don't have his phone number offhand, but I think he's got a phone number on there, his business phone number. If you call, ask technical questions. If you don't know nothing about the clutch or what you want, just talk to him. He'll say, this is what you want. Bam, there you go. And he can have it all set up. Clutching is an art. It's not like, here you go. It's several different weights, grams of weights, several different spring ratios, progressive ratios, linear ratios, secondary spring ratios, and then that helix that, you know, we have the helix in there, the ratioed helix. I'm sorry, I don't have the degree ratio on it in my head, but we got the helix from him. I mean, I told him, I said, give me the whole enchilada, I want this badass. And man, oh man, any RPM at any speed, the sucker just snapped, and it could cruise just like nothing. So really enjoyed it, liked it a lot. Thank you all for watching. Please hit that subscribe button, give me a like, help with the YouTube algorithms, and feel free to leave a comment. Tell me what, if you have one of his clutches, tell me what you think of his clutches. You know, I buy my parts from him. You know, he doesn't give me stuff for free. You know, he buys stuff from me. I don't give him stuff for free. I'm not paid by him. But, you know, I'm all for supporting a small business, and RNG Performance, they're a small business and they have top-notch customer service. Anytime I had a question, I can call him. you know, if he's busy on the phone or something, I leave a message, he'll call me back. I can say, hey, this, that, and the other. And we're looking to do some more setups. But man, I will tell you, you need the RNG Performance Clutch Kit on any CFMoto. RNGperformance.com is where you need to go. Thank you guys all for watching. God bless, and have yourself a wonderful day. Get out there and have some fun in the dirt.